Okay, so for the glue, tissue paper to go on the bird body, not the wings, you will need to get a container for glue. I prefer that you use the styrofoam trays. There should be some beside the sink. If there are none beside the sink, then you can get some new styrofoam trays out of the closet. They're in a bag up on the brown bookshelf, the little brown bookshelf. And a brush. The brushes will have to be thoroughly washed out, and then before you put them back in the box, they need to go to, actually don't put them back in the box. If you would take them to the teacher or the helper who will check them and make sure that they're okay, do not forget to do that, because glue left in the brushes will ruin them. Okay, so I have some glue in here. It would probably be good to add a little bit of water, but the water, oh, I have a little glass of water right here. I was going to say the water is too far away, and I simply just do not want to walk over there to get it, because I would have to restart this video. But, alas, I don't have to. So, we'll move down here. This seems really funny to me. But, anyways, move it that way. Everything's opposite here. All you need is enough to just, what you're trying to do is secure the paper, the tissue paper to the cardboard. Mix that up. And I'm going to take the side that I want the tissue paper to adhere to, which is the front. I'm going to cover that with the glue. And I'm going to cover the sides, because that's really the main purpose of doing this. I'm going fairly quickly, because there are other things to do. Alright, so I've pressed that down. Now I'm going to put the glue on the back. Then I'm going to fold this over. And as I fold it over, I'm going to be gluing it. And remember, you don't want to just kind of do this, blah, 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 and stick it with some glue there and say done. That's not good. You want to make sure that in the end, it's all wet. All of the paper is wet and folded flat. Once it's wet, it will fold pretty flat. It will get pretty flat, sort of like you ironed it. So maybe that helps. Think of your glue as an iron. You will want to have whatever mess you make, you're going to have to clean up. So you may want to get the plastic boards. Do this on the plastic boards that are under the, they're in the open cabinet, that lower open cabinet that doesn't have doors on it. It has 2 drawers, but no doors. And it's behind, the plastic boards are in the back on the left side. Those will have to be very well washed off as well and dried completely before you hand them to the teacher. Okay, so this is just the back side. Now I'm going to flip it over, and see how I've lost the neck in the process of this? Don't you worry, we're coming to that. I'm going super fast here. You don't want to miss a spot, because the glue will give it a little bit of a shine in the end, and if you miss spots, they'll be dry, and I don't think it's going to look very good. Okay, so where this neck is, I'm actually going to tear it in the middle on both sides where the neck is. And then, but this is the front, I'm going to flip it over to the back. I'm going to take my brush and fold those sides over. Fold that side over, so my brush hand really is not gluey. And, oops, that came up, so means I didn't get enough glue in there. Voila. Any little bumps, take care of those now. Okay, so now my edge of my bird seems like such a small detail, a lot of work, but in the end, I think you guys are going to be really happy that you did that. This can dry. You can put this on a plastic, one of those plastic containers that are in the water containers, or something that kind of raises it up and doesn't touch it very much. go ahead and stick it on the counter so that it dries. Make sure yours is not so wet that it's dripping glue, because then that's just gonna be a mess on the counter. That to come back next week and for you to have to scrape off that dried glue won't be fun. So, which is not actually next week, it's the week after winter break. So go ahead and let that dry on that counter. You might want to put a name, like tape a name, figure out a way to put a name on close by your bird so you know which one is yours, which body is yours, and then go on to the next video, which you're going to start putting feathers on the wings.